and launched his rebellion on December 16th. And like, come on. I mean, Emperor Swansong should have known this was coming because, I mean, he was warned for like decades. Anyways, he launched his rebellion claiming he had received a secret edict from Emperor Swansong to advance on Chang'an to remove Yang. The imperial officials were all apprehensive because An had the strongest troops of the country at the time, except for Yang, who believed that An could be easily crushed. Emperor Swansong commissioned the general Feng Chengqing as military governor of two of the armies. An controlled, intending to have him replaced An military. So Emperor Swansong commissioned the general Feng Chengqing as military governor of two of the armies that An controlled, and intending to have him replace An after An's rebellion was defeated. The emperor also sent Feng to the eastern capital, Luoyang, to build up the defense there. And another general, Gao Xianqi, was ordered to command a secondary defense around Sanmenxia in Hunan. He executed An Qingsong and An's first wife, Kang, and forced An Qingsong's new wife, Rongyi, to commit suicide. On January 8, 756, An Lushan crossed the Yellow River, quickly capturing Kaifeng, Honan, and Chengchu in Honan. He approached Luoyang, where he encountered an ill-prepared army commanded by Feng, quickly defeating Feng and forcing Feng to flee and give Luoyang to him. Feng joined forces with Gao and urged a retreat to Tong Pass. Now Gao agreed, and they took up defensive positions there. And since An did not proceed quickly, he instead decided to remain at Luoyang and proclaim himself the emperor there. Now, some Chinese officials north of the Yellow River resisted An Lushan under the leadership of Yan Qingqing, the governor of Dezhou in Shantung. On February 5th, An Lushan declared himself emperor, establishing a new country independent of China called Yan. He made Chang Tongru and the surrendered Chinese official Da Qishun his chancellors. He made An Qingsu the prince of Jin and another son, An Qinghe, the prince of Cheng. I'm not even making that up. Meanwhile, Yang Qingqing's cousin, Yang Gaoqing, all called Qing, who initially submitted to An, rose against An at Baoding and Hopei, was quickly defeated and delivered to An in Luoyang. An executed him and sent An Qingsu to make an initial attack against Tong Pass, and Geshu Han repelled the attack. By this time, the Chinese generals Guo Ziyi and Li Guangbi had fought their way into Yan, north of the Yellow River, cutting off the communication between Luoyang and Fanyang, causing much fear in Yan's troops. An considered withdrawing north of the Yellow River to secure the territory, but meanwhile suspicions had begun to arise between Yang Guozong and Geshu, each believing that the other was trying to kill him. Yang therefore persuaded Emperor Swansong to order Geshu to attack the Yan general Kui Qianyu, who was then stationed at Sanmenxia in Geshu, with Emperor Swansong repeatedly ordering him to attack, and he was forced to do so but was defeated. Geshu's subordinate Woba Guiren seized him and surrendered to Yan forces. Subsequently, An induced Geshu to write letters to several Chinese generals urging them to surrender, but they all refused. When Yan forces captured Tong Pass, Emperor Swansong and Yan, in panic, abandoned Chang'an and fled towards Qingtu in Sichuan. On the way at a small village, Maowei Station, prompted by General Chen Xuanli, who believed that Yang Guozong had provoked this rebellion, the imperial guards assassinated Yang Guozong and demanded the death of Yang Guifei, to which the emperor reluctantly agreed. An, caught by surprise of the emperor's retreat, had Kui advance slowly into Chang'an, even though the mayor of Chang'an, Kui Guangyan, offered to surrender. Also surrendering to Yan forces were the former chancellor Chen Xilie and the key officials Cheng Zhong and Cheng Qi, and An made Chen and Cheng Qi chancellors as well. Once again, I'm not even making up these names. Meanwhile, An had Emperor Swansong's sister, the Princess of Ho, as well as a number of other imperial relatives executed and sacrificed their organs to An Qingsong. Well, that's a nice way of treating the emperor who trusted you for so long. At this point, a new person became the Chinese emperor, Su Cong. Due to the slowness of the Yan advance, the Yan forces were unable to capture either Emperor Swansong, who eventually reached Chengdu, or Su Cong, who fled to Lingwu and became the emperor there. Hearing news of Chang'an's fall, Guo and Li Guangbi withdrew to Lingwu, allowing Shi to again pacify the region north of the Yellow River and east of the Taihang Mountains. with the exception of small pockets held by Yan Xinqing and other Chinese officials under his command. Now, An Lushan's chronic eye problems led him to become blind, and he suffered from ulcers. As a result, he became very angry and would whip, cane, or sometimes execute his servants if they did anything to annoy him. Yan Chuang and a favorite eunuch of An, Li Zu'er, were also said to have been beaten frequently. Once he became the emperor, he spent most of his time inside the Luoyang palace. His generals rarely saw him, with most important matters going through Yan Chuang. An favored his son An Qing-en, the son of his second wife Duan. An considered letting An Qing-en be his crown prince instead of An Qing-su, who was otherwise considered, in order to receive that honor. An Qing-su often feared that An Lushan would put him to death, and this fear drove him to kill his father. He Yan and Li Zu'er therefore plotted the assassination. On the night of January 29th, 757, with Yan and An Qing-su watching outside, Li Zu'er took a sword into the palace and attacked An Lushan. An Lushan tried to fight back but could not find a sword that he put under his bed, and Li Zu'er killed him. The next morning, Yan first announced to the Yan officials that An Lushan was seriously ill and was created An Qing-su crown prince, and then An Qing-su took the throne before announcing An Lushan's death. After Shi Xinming killed An Qing-su in 759 and became the emperor himself, he buried An Lushan with a ceremony that was due to a prince, not an emperor. Now, the rebellion would last for another 6 years after this, before it finally ended on February 17, 763. However, it cost the lives of between 13 and 36 million people, meaning that this one man caused the destruction of anywhere from 1/4 to 2/3 of all of China's population. And you thought the coronavirus was bad. And of course, you have to think this is amazing, considering that China had and still has the largest population on Earth. The An Lushan rebellion was by far one of the bloodiest wars in all of human history, and it was because of this that An Lushan is on this list. Now, if you liked that video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And next time, I'll be talking about number 5.